6 dinosaurs that could defeat a T-Rex. Any of the predatory dinosaurs known as Tyrannosaurs lived from the late Jurassic period, about 150 million years ago, to the end of the Cretaceous period, about 65 million years ago, when they reached their high point of dominance. Tyrannosaurus Rex, T-Rex for short, is also arguably the most iconic. T-Rex continues to hold the title King of the Dinosaurs thanks to a prominent role in the Jurassic Park film series and a well-known exhibit at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City, among many other notable pop culture moments. In fact, the animal's name means King of the Tyrant Lizards. Tyranno means tyrant in Greek, Saurus means lizard in Greek, and Rex translates to king in Latin. The animal would have stood more than 21 feet, 6.5 meters tall, if it had stood upright, but the normal posture was horizontal, with the body parallel to the ground and the tail held off the ground as a counterbalance. A large adult weighing 9,000 to 15,000 pounds, 4,000 to 7,000 kilograms, could stand 46 feet, 14 meters tall in this position. Number 6. Triceratops. In a fight, a Triceratops can defeat a T-Rex. The T-Rex is taller, longer, and more deadly with its killing instincts, but it is helpless if knocked over. Perhaps no other creature is better suited to bowling over and killing a T-Rex than the Triceratops. If these two creatures were to fight on an open plain, the fight would start with a charge toward each other, because that is all the Triceratops knows how to do. Because the Triceratops is heavier and faster, it clashes with the T-Rex with much greater force. When compared to the bipedal, unwieldy T-Rex, the Triceratops is quadrupedal and much more balanced on the ground. T-Rex is knocked over and the Triceratops drives 2 4-feet horns into its lungs, heart, viscera, or head, while it's fruitlessly trying to get up. The T-Rex tries to fight back, but the Triceratops's horns pierce right through it. Not that the T-Rex couldn't kill this dinosaur, it would just have to approach it from a different direction than head-on. Number 5. Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus was a massive and extremely powerful predator, possibly the world's longest theropod dinosaur. But Spinosaurus was highly specialized for the killing of fish, so that depends on where the fight occurs. The T-Rex would undoubtedly win on land, while the Spinosaurus would certainly win in the water. Spinosaurus was a fish eater. Catching fish requires a considerable amount of agility and quickness, and it was certainly well armed. T-Rex, on the other hand, was well adapted for land maneuvering and overpowering. In the water, the king of the dinosaurs is out of its element and may not notice the far superior equipped Spinosaurus approaching in time for an effective bite. This would be a difficult fight, and both predators would most likely avoid it. Tyrannosaurus would most likely die of blood loss a few hours after the battle. Anyway, the Spinosaurus had the power to defeat a T-Rex. Number 4. Giganotosaurus. The fight between a Giganotosaurus and a Tyrannosaurus Rex would be a brutal affair, but it would come down to several factors that give one creature the edge over the other. The Giganotosaurus had a lean, pointed tail, which probably contributed to its agility and ability to make quick, sharp turns. Both dinosaurs have a similar design, but they are not closely related. Giganotosaurus was the top predator in its environment and most likely hunted in groups, not only to hunt large prey, but also to care for their young. Giganotosaurus has one of the largest skulls of any land carnivore, and a powerful bite, though not as powerful as Tyrannosaurus Rex. Even though the Tyrannosaurus Rex is tougher and has a better chance of winning 65% of the time, the Giganotosaurus has a chance and should not be underestimated. Being a comparable size, Giganotosaurus would definitely win the fight sometimes. Number 3. Carcaradontasaurus. Carcaradontasaurus is also considered one of the largest land predators of all time, measuring approximately 45 feet, 13 meters in length. It was the dominant predator during its time on Earth. It had larger forearms than T-Rex and was a formidable opponent. Both dinosaurs would put up a good fight, but Carcaradontasaurus would likely win due to its larger size and stronger arms than the T-Rex. In addition, the Carcaradontasaurus had sharper teeth, a longer jaw, and superior speed and agility. Also, because weight is an important factor, Carcaradontasaurus, being heavier, would have somewhat equaled the T-Rex's better defined musculature. Number 2. Argentinosaurus. The herbivorous sauropod dinosaur Argentinosaurus was the largest and heaviest land animal that ever lived. During the Cretaceous period, it urbanized on the island continent of South America. Because it is much larger, the Argentinosaurus will undoubtedly win. A fully grown adult Argentinosaurus is no match for a T-Rex. Because the sauropod weighed 70 to 80 tons, it could easily rear up on its hind legs and crush a T-Rex underfoot. The Rex's bones would shatter and its guts would spill out. Another issue is that the T-Rex would have difficulty reaching for the Argentinosaurus's neck because its posture is similar to that of a giraffe, allowing it to hold its head high. A T-Rex would also be vulnerable to the long neck's massive tail, which would have no trouble brutally wounding the mighty theropod. Number 1. Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus has many advantages over its hunter. This offers sufficient protection against the Tyrannosaurus's bite. The Ankylosaurus also has a more offensive weapon in the form of its tail club. With the beast's superior turning speed, this club has the potential to shatter bone. One strike would put a Tyrannosaur out of hunting for a very long while and could possibly kill it. As you can see, the Ankylosaurus was not too small to deal with the Tyrannosaur. Being low to the ground provided the creature with a few advantages. To begin with, the Tyrannosaurus would have to bend over to land a bite, giving the Ankylosaurus time to strike with its tail. Second, the Tyrannosaurus would struggle to bend low enough to target a leg. As a result, the Ankylosaurus appears to be well equipped to deal with its predator. If we look at a fight-to-the-death situation, things will play out in the Ankylosaurus's favor, with the only difference being that the armored beast will bash the Tyrannosaurus with its club to kill it, even after it has knocked it down. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. Until next time, farewell.